Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain For You. Today's topic is going to be system overload. And I'm in a different environment. I'm at my mom's. She's got this beautiful pergola here with wisteria climbing up around it. She's got a gorgeous backyard here. So I'll explain in a minute why I'm here, but today's topic, system overload. And take a couple of nice deep breaths. You can listen to the birds. Breathe in the peace, exhale the noise. So, system overload. I believe that explains a lot of what happens with the onset of TMS. Stress, tension, emotions, self-imposed pressures, self-imposed demands, self-judgments, criticisms, external factors, people we live with, people we're near, people we're friends with, we're not so friendly with, work situations, money situations. And I believe at a certain point in time, with enough influences, we get a system overload, right? And it's a concoction of stress hormones, adrenaline, cortisol, combined with just the brain probably feeling in a state of danger and the need to protect us. And I think that the autonomic nervous system and the brain can kind of react to so many negative inputs and kind of overload, and the system gets dysregulated. And before you know it, you got some symptoms happening. So that's what led me here. I'm at my mom's house. It's gorgeous. Yesterday we had a family gathering, first one since before COVID, where everybody was together. So she was nervous about that. But she's also not good with traveling. She's 84. She doesn't drive anymore. So she needs to get a ride to and from my sister's, who's about 30 minutes away. And so my mom has the guilt because she can't drive, and now she's got to put somebody else out in the family to come get her and then bring her home. And she had brain surgery like 16 years ago, and every once in a while she'll get some weird migraine and some auras and some symptoms showing up. That's a result of, maybe the migraine, maybe who knows. I think the brain has completely healed, but when she gets stressed out, she'll get a migraine, and the migraine can absolutely mess with some of her senses visually. Even her speech center gets affected when she's in that state of having that migraine response. She can't find her words really well. So she's got a lot of fear surrounding that kind of stuff. And so knowing that she was getting together with family, and the nervousness and the guilt and the not wanting to put anybody out, but now the self-judgment that she needs help, and she's 84 and she's very much in resistance to asking people for help, she had a little bit of a system overflow last night. And so, the party went well, everything was nice, but she created a little bit of drama at the gathering by saying, "Oh, well, you brought me here, so I'll ask Michael, my brother, to take me home." And that created a little bit of a challenge. And she just got herself all worked up. And nobody did anything wrong. Nobody did anything at all, but she just got herself so worked up. 11 o'clock last night, she got a wave of dizziness, vertigo, and it didn't pass. And so 11:45 last night, she called the ambulance, went to the hospital, spent the night in the emergency room. So I get a voice message this morning at 6 a.m. when I get up, and she's there at the hospital. And fortunately, she did the right thing. She went to the hospital. It was scary. It was not like some of her previous episodes. She got checked out. The scans came out clear. The blood work came out clear. They checked her heart. No strokes. No nothing. Right? And so it was concluded that, her medical workup was fine. And they pretty much told her vertigo. And as we all know, there's a lot of different, assumed reasons for vertigo, but I pretty much see in this case, this is a perfect example of this system overload, where she just had so many negative inputs. And her system was kind of dysregulated, and she got dizzy, and 9 hours at the emergency room later, they discharged her, and I took her home. So now we're hanging out here, and I'm going to spend the night, and she's feeling much better. Everything's good. But I want you to kind of look back at your onset of TMS, at your various episodes, and just see whether or not this concept of the system overload makes sense, because it absolutely does to me, right? We just have so much going on, so many internal thoughts and emotions, and like that emotion, body, thought loop that I talked about a couple days ago. She got herself into a really good loop, and the heavy-duty emotions and the guilt and the self-judgment and the fear about getting old and needing more help, and how long am I going to stay in this house, and will I need to go to a home, and she just got spinning. And then she had all of that, those negative emotions about not wanting to ask people to drive her home. My 84-year-old mother, who uses a flip phone, does not have a smartphone, was actually asking, do I need a new phone to use Uber, which is that car service? I said, why? She goes, so I can get myself home. So she was all worked up that she's just going to call Uber, when there was like 5 of us who could drive her home. So she got herself into a tizzy, and her system overloaded, and she ended up with symptoms that were scary enough that it, sent her to the emergency room. And she didn't even call me until she got to the emergency room. So, system overload. Does this sound like something that's happened to you? And it could be vertigo, could be a panic attack, could be, back pain, could be a pain flare-up if you've had pain for a while. And sometimes these overloads can happen just as a result of fear and despair and worry over the symptoms not going away, right? And so, do you notice that sometimes your symptom feels overloaded, right? That's the autonomic nervous system that's kind of in a state of static, right? And so do you notice, or can you look back at your experience and say that that's probably what happened with me, right? Sorry, getting out from the pergola, it's a little bit dark in there. So do you notice that that's what's going on? System overload, And I talk about a hypervigilant nervous system, central sensitization. That's just a brain and a nervous system that's always on high alert for danger. On her case last night, there was a lot of danger before she went, while she was there, all of the emotions surrounding not wanting to be a burden, etc. And I'll let you look at some of these beautiful gardens she's got back here. This yard and these gardens is the result of decades of her out here gardening. And another thing that she's very upset about is that she doesn't walk very well anymore, and she can't come out here and garden and pull weeds quite as much. And so she's really in despair over this whole lack of ability to take care of what she used to take care of. So her system's overloading a little bit, which is understandable. So does this resonate with any of you? Comment below. Let me know. Can you look back and see a time when your system kind of went, and something went a little bit haywire? Can be pain, can be other symptoms, anxiety, panic attacks, depression. Could be any number of things, but usually there's so much negative energy and input going on in that loop between emotions, the body response, the anxiety, the adrenaline, cortisol, and the thinking that is, it gets kind of looped and created by that. And the system can kind of overflow. So if you look at, a bucket, and you view the bucket as, what we're capable of dealing with, and you keep on throwing negative into it, if it overflows, you can get symptoms. And then, again, 84 years old with a history of, an aneurysm and brain surgery, she did the right thing. By all means, go rule out the life-threatening. And once they did, she came home. She's feeling much better today. So, I don't know. System overload. I think that's a lot of what's going on. And I'm going to let you take another peek around at this. That's her house down there behind all those trees and bushes and the pergola. She's just got a beautiful little sanctuary here in this town in New Jersey. And so that's what I got for you today. What do you guys think? Does it make sense? Comment below. Let me know. If you're not a YouTube subscriber, hit that red subscribe button. If you would like some one-on-one help, I do one-on-one coaching, and I also have group coaching and an online course. So go to painforyou.com, and there's a link up top for group coaching and course, or you can go to danbuglio.com/coaching, and you can find details on the one-on-one coaching and a scheduling link. But that's all booked up through July, so if you want some help quickly, you can definitely jump into the group program at any time. There's always weekly group sessions on Wednesdays, and the online course is instantly available the minute you join. So, love you guys and gals. System overload. Is that what's going on with you? Inevitably, I would say yes. But let me know your thoughts. Comment below, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Love you.